Good evening. I am Judybrown. Brent wanted me to have my name up in lights. He thought it was about time my children saw that, so here it is. And since it's on the big screen, well, music should accompany it, so kids, hit it.
Hey.
It's genetic.
I'm a scat man.
Okay, enough of that. We will come back to that, I promise. But tonight I want to share with you something that I feel very, very strongly about, and that is sparks. Ta-da! And I'm talking about the kind of spark that lives inside of you, like really deep inside. There's all kinds of sparks, of course. There's the kind that kind of like explodes out, like when a Michael Jackson song kind of just overtakes you. There, of course, is the very quiet kind that you can barely see. Oh, hit it. There's that nice glow. Sometimes for me, that's like, ooh, cookie time. And then there, of course, is when you really don't think it's there at all. But it is your core, it's your center, it's who you are. I have plenty of family stories that claim that I did have plenty of sparks when I was born. Can you see that there? But, of course, I don't have sparks all the time, and this is evidence 43 of at least a zillion. I have them in the car if you want to check them later. This is from freshman year, I believe. A reflection from Professor Gass's lovely course. I can't stand this anymore. I want to go home. And this is Mike's lovely note to me. See you next semester.
I do recognize that writing.
This is the most mundane that I have. I tended to do page after page of just rambling, stream of consciousness of like, ah! But I'm still here. You too have a chance. So, I want you to find your spark. Where is it? Do you know what it is today? Have you really stopped to think about that? What does it look like? What does it feel like? Have you even really noticed it? We know that it exists. We know that it's in there, even if it's like under a huge pile of rubble. And you got to go through the most amazing amount of risk to get there. But you know what? We're outdoor educators. We are highly trained in risk. We wrote the book on it, quite literally. So, where are the undergraduates in here? Yes, stand up. Stand up. Make sure you can see me. I am a public school teacher. Look me in the eyes. Do you really know what you're doing? Do you know what you've gotten into? You are in outdoor education. Outdoor education. That means you are an educator. Yeah, so you can teach me how to climb a rock and go down a canoe or something or other. But your whole purpose, your whole reason is to try to help somebody learn something about themselves. You are creating experiences. Oh my goodness, I can't talk. You are creating experiences that are purposely trying to make people get empowered and trying to make them have persistence and have a voice for themselves. This is really getting bad.
Want some water? Okay.
Excuse me. We were into this. And I don't want that to disappear. I don't want that to disappear. I want you to really think about why you're out there, because every day you are purposely putting people in a mud puddle. Every day you are purposely making people get uncomfortable. And the results of all that are amazing. They are incredibly powerful. They can also be devastating, like right now. It's that fine line, that very delicate. It's almost like a balance. It's an art to put it all together. Sit down. And I also thank you. I thank you for being so courageous for taking that on. Because my other alias is actually Mrs. Taudvin. And Mrs. Taudvin sees 9 and 10-year-olds every day. And every day I see kids that do not even know they have a spark. I also work with adults every day that have forgotten all about what that spark's all about. So your job is to, carry that spark into there and realize that you hold this most amazing, it's just huge. I can't even say how huge that responsibility is and the amazement of it and the power of it. So today I want to help you poke that spark, to reconnect to it, to cheer it on. So take that paper that's in front of you. You're going to fold it into 8 pieces. Here's an easy way to do it. Fold it in half. Fold it in half again, fold it in half again. You got that? Half, half, half. I'm going fast because you're all older than 10. You've ended up with 8 little squares. And I want you to think about what are the top 8 things that mean a lot to you as an educator. If you're going out with a group, if you're going with a group of students, what are those top 8 things that you just really, really have to hold on to? Is it risk? Is it empathy? Is it making sure everyone's safe? What are those things? This is a quick thing. So put down a word, a phrase. What are those 8 things that for you, just have to have? When you have the 8, you're going to tear it up as if you've got a nice little set of playing cards. Don't show anybody. Do not show anybody. Put those cards right in front of you. You got your 8 little cards in front of you, so rip. I want to hear ripping. Doesn't have to be precise. You just got 8 pieces in front of you. Oh, sorry. I'll stay in my square. Okay, everyone has their 8 little cards. Don't show anyone, spread them out in front of you. This is what you're going to do. There'll be a little bit of chaos, but I know you can do it because you're all incredible problem solvers in here. You are going to get with a bunch of people close to you, so that might mean turning around. It might be sort of rearranging the chairs, but I think we can do it even without pushing them too far this or that way. But small group meaning like 5 or 6-ish people, and you're going to be able to look at each other when you have your cards. Once you're in that group and you've got your cards, you are going to look at them carefully and decide which one would be the one that you have to sacrifice. Because I am all-powerful today, and I say you must sacrifice one of them. Of those top 8, which one is going to be the one to go? And when you have to let go of it, we're going to be dramatic about it, because we are in this profession. So, louder even? Oh. So when you say that one thing, you're going to tell your group what it is that you're sacrificing. You can be, about it if you want, and you're going to crumple it up, and I don't care where it goes. Toss it in the air, back, sideways, and then the next person does it. Do that right now. What are you getting rid of?
Imperfection.
Oh, yeah, forget that one. We don't need that one anymore. Not needed in this profession.
I think I made 2 that
This is so hard.
Should have 4 cards left. If you don't, take one away right now. Get it down to 4. Once you have 4 cards left, and this is the very last and the most important and the most angst that's going to come up and grab you, because you have to get rid of one last card. I want you left with only 3. In real life, of course, you're not going to get rid of any of them, but I hope that you really looked at those things you had and which ones you let go first, even under a lot of duress. What are the 3 that are left? Because that tells you a little bit more about what your spark is, what's your core, who really are you, what are those 3 things that you'll stand on a rock at the very end, that those are the 3 things that no matter what, that's what you're going to make sure happens. Now those could all change tomorrow, because I know I've done this exercise many times, and even knowing ahead of time what's happening, I keep adjusting, I keep changing. But over time, you'll notice that, oh, this same one keeps ending up in my last 3. These 2 things keep ending up there. And the more you know about what that spark is, and the more you know about who that is, you're going to be so much more helpful to the people that are still trying to figure out their spark. And the last thing you have to do with sparks is celebrate, because if you have lots of sparks joining together, then it's a really sparky thing. So, hit it! Stay